Nagy on your left. Stephen Borakove on your right, but we'll confirm Stephen's last name so we don't get that wrong for him. So we'll check in there. And then we'll be underway. Both these players 11-2 playing for top 8.
Yes.
It'll be Borakove. Green light being given, and we're going to watch Hollow One versus Spirits right now. It is a Blackcleave Cliffs into a Flame Blade add-up here for Stephen Nagy. No turn 1 Hollow One.
Faded it.
We live. We live as there is a Sea Chrome Coast. This will be a copy of Faithless Looting. 2 cards here for Stephen Nagy, then 2 cards will be headed to the graveyard. See what 2 cards he wants to discard here in just a moment. This Hollow One deck, very, very explosive, of course. Flameblade Adept, a fun addition here. Doesn't see play in any other deck in Modern. But it's at its best here as it's become a 3-power creature at the very least. Bloodghast, Stomping Ground, headed to the graveyard. You see that means he has a green splash here. Wooded Foothills, trigger, get back the Bloodghast.
Yeah, it looks like the green splash here for Ancient Grudge in the sideboard.
Okay. Can't go wrong with Ancient Grudge. Heck of a sideboard card. Don't mind if it makes it into your graveyard there with Faithless Looting or Burning Inquiry either. As Nagy will search up a mountain now with that Wooded Foothills. Bloodghast back on the battlefield. And your follow-up is another copy of Faithless Looting. So Nagy on the hunt here to fill up the graveyard and potentially find a Hollow One. Doesn't look like he has just yet, though I do see, I think, a Collective Brutality.
And if Borakove plays one of his modest spirits next turn, we might see it with 2 modes.
We may. Here is an attack for 5. Borakove down to 15. Let's go back over to Stephen now, who will draw a card. Picked up a copy of Mausoleum Wanderer. 2 mana. And now that is a Supreme Phantom. We'll take a look at that new creature from Corsair 2019. This deck was always missing a Lord, and Supreme Phantom may be filling that niche. Now, of course, the deck does have Drogskull Captain, and you want to have as many of those as you can for hexproof considerations and also +1/+1. But Supreme Phantom looks to be the addition that's really put this deck on the map, as it's a 1/3 and gives other spirits you control +1/+1. Nagy going to sacrifice that Bloodstained Mire.
Supreme is an awfully dramatic name for a 1/3.
Well, hard to argue with that. hard to argue. How supreme could it really be when it's a 1/3?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
They make like 7-mana Spirit Lords and stuff, you know? What was the one from Innistrad? The blue-white legendary?
7-mana Spirit?
The Reaver?
Oh, Drogskull Reaver.
Right.
Yeah, the hands? Here's Gurmag Angler. The real big fish is here. It was easy to fill up the graveyard, trust me. Those Faithless Lootings made it sure seem easy. And now here's Goblin Lore. There's the hands. There's the Drogskull Reaver.
Yeah. And put my hands on you.
That's right. Got some business to do. Little Goblin Lore action here. Nagy will draw 4, discard 3 at random. 1 and 2 means that these 3 cards are going to go away. Goodbye, Collective Brutality. Also a Flameblade Phoenix in the graveyard. That's a place where it likes to be. And now Flameblade Adept is going to attack for a whole bunch of damage. So Borakove is going to take even more here, and he needs to get his feet set.
It feels like there's a delta between these 2 decks. Power levels. Oh, hold on.
What are we waiting for?
Cavern of Souls name.
Is that a win?
Cavern on Spirit. That's a win.
No!
There we go.
Ah!
There we go.
Congratulations. To the winner goes the spoils.
I was going to say, this game so far has a little bit of a checkers versus chess feel to it in terms of the relative efficiency and synergy of these 2 decks.
Yep. I really thought I might win if I somehow outlasted you when you had like 5 ways to win. It'd be pretty unreal. Now I really hope the rack is on camera next round. That's what I want now. Here's a Faithless Looting. Flashback style. Steve Nagy will draw 2. He'll be discarding 2 here in just a moment. Phantasmal Image copied Supreme Phantom, I believe, but we'll get confirmation on that. And actually copied Gurmag Angler, so that's why we check. Means both players have a 5/5 dead fish. See if there will be a trade that does take place here. Gurmag Angler, heck of a card, dude.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, obviously Treasure Cruise and Dig Through Time were above board, but
Yeah.
man, they weren't messing around with this thing.
It probably is if you want a good heuristic for analyzing cards when they first get printed, look at them and ask yourself, how good is this card with Polluted Delta? And if the answer is this card's good with Polluted Delta, there's a good chance it's busted and constructed.
I like that it's exactly Polluted Delta.
It's exactly Polluted Delta. What other card could it be?
No, you're not wrong. It's certainly not Arid Mesa.
No, it's not Arid Mesa.
Flameblade Adept is going to get in there and going to trade with Mausoleum Wanderer. Let's go back over to Borakove now, who's got a Gurmag Angler of his own in that Phantasmal Image, along with the Supreme Phantom. Perhaps it's time to go to Drogskull Captain.
Yeah. How good is, let's say, Treasure Cruise with Polluted Delta?
Quite good.
Deathrite Shaman.
Quite good.
Gataxian Pro.
Quite good.
See?
It's
never wrong.
It all adds up.
Basically never
It
wrong.
all adds up. Bloodghast. Totally fine.
Really good.
Yeah. Are you saying Polluted Delta is the best of the fetch lands? Is that what you're saying?
Saying that blue and black are both the best colors and the cards with the most graveyard colors with the most graveyard synergies.
The best colors, boy.
They're the most powerful ones.
People are going to be after you later.
They just are.
Until you what? Steve Nagy's going to play Tassiger, which is
Very good with
very
Polluted, very good with Polluted Delta.
double way. 4 cards plus 2. Put the 4 or 5 onto the battlefield. Now you got to return Flame Lake Phoenix. Now here is an attack for 2 in the air. Ooh, Spell Queller.
Yep. Although I like the way that Nagy set up that turn there where he probably had a sense that Spell Queller was a possibility and just played some big Delve threat to go over the top of it. And if the Phoenix dies in combat, that's really not the end of the world.
Keep in mind, Spell Queller right now is a 3/4, given the Supreme Phantom that's on the battlefield, and now it's coming into the red zone. Going to deal 3. Nagy going to fall down to 17, and it looks like Borakove wants to leave 3 mana up for something. Could be anything.
Could be anything.
Spell Queller, this card that I think we're all waiting for it to be awesome, as there's another Spell Queller. It was fine in Standard. I remember when it first got previewed, everyone thought this thing was going to be the nuts, and it was fine.
It was really good.
I expected it to be better. I did.
It was good with and against Collected Company, which is a bit of a distortion, but yeah, that card was quite good.
I think we expected it to be pretty good in older formats as well, and it's starting to make its way here. Spirit's certainly putting itself on the map. Bant and blue-white varieties. Both versions going to play Spell Queller.
Yeah, I mean, 3 mana is always tough. The bar is so high, but Spell Queller is totally reasonable constructed level card.
Yeah. Knuckleheads. It's time for this. Well, it looks like that's the easy part. Flame Lake Phoenix is going to be blocked. And now you see the rest of the blocks here. So Tassiger is going to run into a Gurmag Angler. Of course, that Gurmag Angler is actually a Phantasmal Image. Bloodghast is going to be blocked by Supreme Phantom. Ultimately, what this is going to do is this is going to put 5 points of damage through. I believe Borakove's going to fall down to 6. And if Nagy's plan is to get you in double Lightning Bolt range, then okay.
Although that attack suggests that he is currently on 0 Lightning Bolts because he could have simply gotten the Phantasmal Image out of the way.
Bloodghast are going to come back. Now, I believe that if Borakove does have a Drogskull Captain, this game should be over. Spell Quellers will turn into 4 power creatures, so that'll be 4 plus times 2 is 8. 8 plus 5 is 13 from the Gurmag Angler, and then the Supreme Phantom will get a little bit bigger as well. So I believe that Drogskull Captain should do it. Supreme Phantom can do it too.
Yeah, it's the same. It's basically the same math, right?
Should be. Unless I'm missing something here. Now, of course, it is the opponent's responsibility killing. He may have missed. This is an on-board kill. There's a Thalia. So Stephen Nagy looks like he might get another turn here.
Just remember, the Bloodcast can't block, so that was a free shot at it.
We're going to head back Steve Nagy's way now. He's going to cycle a Street Wraith. Draw a card here. We'll take a look at Spell Queller here very quickly as well. A very powerful card that has certainly had an impact on this game against Steve Nagy. Blocking once and eating a spell with the other. And that is a 2/3 Spirit. Right now, though, they're 4/5s. Huge for 3 mana with flash and flying. Love the artwork on that card, too. Nagy trying to figure out, is there a way that he can come back and steal this thing?
Well, I mean, all he can do is attack, and Borakove has a lot of really good blocks, just kind of face up.
Strikes me as somewhat difficult, I'd say.
If you just attack with your stuff and chumps your angler and does whatever with the blood gas, that should be good enough.
Steve lining up what the blocks would be. Trying to figure out if there's some sort of way to get those last 6 points of damage through, especially when he has access to a Flamewake Phoenix in the graveyard. I mean, if he's going through all of this, at least he has something in his hand. I don't know what that something is. It'd be weird to me if he's posturing.
Yeah, I mean, he has nothing that is effectively haste here other than blood gas in his deck, I guess the Phoenix in his graveyard, and Lightning Bolt.
The other thing, too, is that I think he probably has to go through this because if Steven missed the onboard kill, if he missed the kill last turn,
he might think the blood gas can block. He might think something's
exactly
weird's going on.
Exactly. So it is worth it, I think, for Nagy to go through all of this. And maybe there's a chance that he tricks his opponent. Who knows?
Yeah, these are the obvious, straightforward blocks.
These are obvious and very quick blocks, yes. First strike damage, Value will take care of Bloodghast. Regular damage, Bloodghast loses. Those trade. Lose there. I mean, is there a way for him to make the House of Cards crumble here? Collective Brutality. Oh, well, you've already won. So he's going to give... He's got to figure out exactly how he wants to use it. Because the Supreme Phantom House of Cards starts to crumble a little bit.
Yep. Yeah, that's why I think I would have preferred to put Spell Queller into one of the blocks rather than the other one of the Lords. As long as you keep the Lords up, it's really hard for any sort of damage-based removal spell to mess you up too badly. Once you commit a bunch of your Lords to blocks, then, as you mentioned, you can have this House of Cards thing happen.
And the drain plan here is real, too. So, yeah, now it looks like both Phantoms die because of how the blocks were done. Maybe just one dies. But Nagy will gain a little bit of life in the exchange and now pass the turn back. So this is going to be 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, yeah, okay, so he's still short. If he attacks with everything?
Yeah, and he's got to be worried. He's got to be mindful of those blood gas coming back and killing him on the way back.
Yeah, he's at 4 life. So, yeah, actually, yes. it looked weird for a moment. What is he thinking about? What's taking so long his turn? But Nagy has found a way to stay alive a little bit longer. And as you mentioned, Borakove has to be a little bit careful with how he attacks here. So we're going to go back over to Stephen Nagy. He'll draw a card. It's 4-4. Don't think he's looked at the card he's drawn just yet. Now he has. 2 Bloodghast in the graveyard. They're not going to be able to get it done alone. Nagy analyzing some things here. Don't know if he picked up a land or not. Don't know if he has another copy of Collective Brutality, of which he has 2 in the main.
Yeah, 2 main.
Interesting little game here. Tassiger.
Tassiger is a way to get the Phoenixes back.
Yep. Trigger. Get this back. Attack. Snap block. Doesn't die, true.
Yeah, just a 1/3.
Yep. Pass.
All right. Thinking now, Borakove can
Whatever. I like playing it out.
Yeah,
That's fine.
no, of course.
Yeah.
No, now you got himself it wasn't impossible.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was nice.
I had no problem playing it out there. Stephen Borakove's going to win game number 1 here over Stephen Nagy. Blue-White Spirits up a game here over Red-Black Hollow One. As we turn our attention to the sideboards, we're going to start with Nagy, who's got 4 Land of the Void, 3 Ancient Grudge, 2 Engineered Explosives, 2 Fatal Push, 2 Grim Lavamancer, and 2 copies of Thoughtseize here, Patrick.
Got some nice cards in the sideboard here for managing matchups against little creatures. The Engineered Explosives, Fatal Push, and the Grim Lavamancers all seem great.
Other side of things here for Stephen Borakove. 2 Dampening Spheres, 2 Rest in Peace, 2 Stony Silence, 2 Unified Will, 7 one-ofs. Buckle up. It's a Blessed Alliance, a Disenchant, an Echoing Truth, and Engineered Explosives. A Settle the Wreckage of Endylion Click. Is that Todd Stevens? Is that Todd Stevens over there with the Warship? Somebody else plays this thing?
I like the 1 Warship in the sideboard. It's not like Nagy's deck is killing a bunch of creatures. The Settle the Wreckage and the 2 copies of Rest in Peace seem very good.
Well, we will get ready here for game number 2 in just a moment between Hollow One and Spirits. While we get ready for that, though, we are going to talk about Meals on Steel, my friends. It is our pre-release playmat for our Guilds of Ravnica pre-release. And Patrick, you can tell all of our fans how to get them and where to get them.
Well, head over to go.targetgames.com/pre-release to get more information. Your local store can sign up and get these playmats sent to them for their pre-release. So harass your local store owner, get them to sign up, and have an opportunity to get these playmats at your upcoming pre-release.
You're endorsing that they harass their local store owner.
It doesn't take a whole lot for your local store owner to sign up. So just ask them to do it.
I see.
Maybe several times. Many of them are not exactly on the ball with this sort of thing. And you have the URL there at the bottom, go.targetgames.com/pre-release. Get some more information, send that link to them, and then they can hopefully do it themselves in time. Not a lock.
Got it. Makes a lot of sense.
As many local game store owners are profoundly disorganized people.
Of which you were one once.
I was one.
How was your organization level?
F-.
Okay. Well,
F-.
I like that. At least you're honest. Mm-hmm. You've never been anything but that. So I can appreciate that. F-. F- is a great grade for things. It's very direct.
Yeah.
Straightforward.
Because Fs have a range. As someone who has gotten, a 60 on a paper and a 0, it's different. It doesn't encompass the full spectrum.
0 is tough. That's a tough grade.
Yeah.
That teacher just gave it to you with that one. You deserve the 0? You deserve the 60. Did you deserve the 60?
Deserves weird.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
Deserve is weird.
Did you earn that 60?
Earned is weird.
Yeah.
Just things happened.
Yeah, there it is.
At the end of it,
there it is.
At the end of it, there was a number assigned to my effort.
There you go. Well, if you are just joining us, Cedric Phillips, Patrick Sullivan here in the booth. Nick Miller, of course, in the sideboard along with the rest of the SCG Tour crew. At SCG Tour, hashtag SCGBALT all weekend long for your tweets. We'd love for you to join the conversation. Don't laugh this time. Oh, you kept it together. I'm proud of you. You want people to join the conversation. You kept it together. It's nice.
Hop on in.
Yeah.
The water is fine.
2 players at 11 and 2 here in Stephen Nagy and Stephen Borakove. Red Black Hollow 1, the Blue White Spirits. Here's Stephen on the right. 1 game of 1. He's happy enough with his hand. He says, let's start this thing, and here we go. Nagy, Blood Crypt, Flameblade Adept. Reminds you of game 1 a little bit here. We go back over to our Blue White Spirits player. Seachrome Coast, not much happening. Back to Nagy will go, though Stephen Borakove does have Path to Exile at the ready. Here is a Faithless Looting. Draw 2 and discard 2 is what Nagy's going to do.
I don't know if he has land number 2.
Well, for Stephen Nagy's sake, I hope he does, as he discards 2 cards. Here's an attack for 3. No Path to Exile this time, it looks like. And no second land. And Stephen Borakove will not help him get there.
Right. There was a moment of thought on the path, but if we missed the land draw number 2, then no chance.
Well, Blood Crypt the draw. So back in it. There is a Blood Crypt. And perhaps it's time for a Goblin Lore. We'll see if this resolves. Looks as though it will. We'll draw 4, discard 3 at random here for Stephen Nagy. Remember, Hollow 1 was the Pro Tour 25th anniversary modern winning deck as Grim Lavamancer. Looks like Burning Inquiry and perhaps a Faithless Looting all go to the graveyard. A lot of triggers there for your old pal Flameblade Adept, and here's the attack, and there's the path. Basic land coming here for Stephen Nagy. Consults his hand before he figures out what he wants to take. It will be a basic mount hand. We'll see if there's any hollow ones to be joining things here in just a moment for Stephen Nagy. It looks like the answer is no. He's already passed the turn back. So we go back over to Stephen Borakove. Pardon me. And he'll just pass. I wonder if he has Spell Queller.
Well, we saw last game they tried to play over the top of that with a Delve threat in the spot where Borakove left up 3. See if he can do it again.
Grim Lavamancer. Not a bad test spell. Okay. What's the follow-up going to be? Gurmag Angler. Can't Spell Queller that. 6 cards. Going to get delved away. Angler's in. Lightning Bolt actually at the ready here for Stephen Nagy as well. This will be an Echoing Truth.
Unexpected. 1 in the sideboard.
Yeah.
But you can understand the logic. There's some Delve threats that aren't the easiest to recast, and the Bloodghast and Flamewake Phoenix up has a habit of many copies being in play at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Here's a Faithless Looting. So it looks like this wasn't exactly at the end step. Interesting.
No, this is all pre-combat. He wanted to bounce the Gurmag Angler to prevent Nagy from getting the Flamewake Phoenix trigger.
Yes, okay. That makes some sense here. Cycle a Street Wraith now, will Stephen Nagy. That's 3 cards that have been cycled. I think we got a free hollow one on the way, perhaps.
I don't know if I'd say free. He worked pretty hard.
That's part of the deck.
It's a lot of work.
It's part of the deck, partner. Follow-up, land, and sack that.
Now he can fetch and he can get his Ferocious Trigger. It's a nice turn. Got a lot of pressure on the battlefield, and the Grim Lavamancer is really disruptive as well.
Yeah, this is a pretty nice turn, actually. Flamewake coming on in. And looks like Borakove's going to sacrifice a Flooded Strand. Fall down to at least 16. And he'll get himself a hallowed fountain. So it's down to 14 before we head back over to our Spirits player and their fourth turn. And there is a Mutavault. And pass the turn back. Nagy will draw. Three mana. Looks like it's time to flash back a Faithless Looting. So 2 cards coming here for Steven, and then 2 cards, of course, will be going to the graveyard. Grim Lavamancer getting kind of gassed up here. And a pretty substantial battlefield here for Nagy as well, as he's looking to try to even things up. There's your discard. It'll be Street Wraith and Bloodstained Mire. Time to attack. All right. Oof. 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 Well, Settle the Wreckage is going to be just fine. Man, this card is popular this weekend. This might be a modern staple now.
It has been a staple so far in this tournament. We've seen so many copies in main decks. Some of the Just Guy Control players, we've 3 main deck copies.
In modern, in standard, excuse me, you expect it, right?
Right.
Everyone now knows to play around it, all the other stuff. When you're playing in a modern tournament, it's one of the last things that's actually on your mind. And now, I think, if this tournament is any indication, it needs to start being on your mind. Goodness. Looks like a Gurmag Angler. To go along with that Grim Lavamancer. Let's go back over to Steven now. Angler in for 5. Borakove down to 9. Oh, yes. Whoopsh.
The Rattle Chains.
Or Rattle Chains.
Let's get, yeah, we all need to read that
Oh,
one.
you need an update?
I more or less know what it does.
2 mana?
2/1 Flying Flash, summon, give a spirit you control, shroud this turn.
Hexproof.
Hexproof.
And?
Unblockable?
No, come on. That's the best part.
Oh, yeah, they all have flash.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
First of all, they don't use shroud anymore as a word. So get that out of here.
Yeah.
That's the first thing. And then the rest of your spirits have flash. It's great. Love it. Now Borakove's trying to turn the corner here.
I'm really looking forward to a repeat of Game 1 where Nagy does a bunch of really powerful, graveyard synergy, looting sort of stuff, and Borakove never plays a single good card and wins easily.
Here is Fatal Push.
Oh, yeah, it's happening.
Yep.
It's happening.
Is that what you want is happening again?
Yeah.
Fatal Push is going to go after Rattle Chains. Spell Queller would like to eat that.
I wonder if, it's going to be like the Mutavault comes up somehow. Like,
Here's Lightning Bolt on the Spell Queller. Rattle Chains it. Thanks.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Nagy's just back in an incredible sum of trouble.
How did this happen to me? He draws another Lightning Bolt. The house comes crumbling down. Kill the Queller. Push kills the Rattle Chains. Then you remove 2 cards and kill the other Rattle Chains with the Lavamancer.
Well, he's also he has an Explosives in hand. Explosives is plenty good here too.
Explosives is quite good, yes. It is rather humorous that Spell Queller and Rattle Chains just got it all.
I watched the first game and I'm just waiting for the moment where there's a good card that gets played and that explains what happened in the game, and it never happened.
Keep on waiting, buddy. Keep on waiting.
Attention players, we are still looking for a few more people to fill up our legacy challenge.
Engineer Explosives for 2. Activate. Kaboom. Rattle Chains down. Follow up. Flame Blade Adept. Angler came in for 5.
It's going to be a lot to
Borakove
overcome.
down to 4. You think it's gotten harder? I think it's gotten harder.
Challenge at 3 p.m.
There's another Mutavault. I enjoy your confusion. How did we get here? I'm still waiting for someone to do a good thing.
Yeah. This person has not played a good card yet. And his opponent did a lot of really powerful stuff. And this game is close somehow.
Yes. It's his. Well, do you too? With old Lavamancer. And now here come the Knuckleheads again. It's funny because something like a Faithless Looting or a Burning Inquiry, you just have some interest in just casting it and putting 2 more cards in the graveyard for the finishing points of damage. Mutavault, wake up.
I think that's the other reason that Nagy's willing to make this kind of attack here is the worst case scenario is some stuff goes to my graveyard, and that is a path to a win also.
Mm-hmm. 3 mana.
Oh, Moreland Haunt.
Yeah, ever seen it? It's been a minute since we've seen Moreland Haunt. Activate that. Make a 1/1 Spirit in the Spirit deck. It's on theme. Going to block the Angler. This is going to come through for a point of damage. Cycle Street Wraith. +1.
Yep.
By cycling Street Wraith. Good game. Stephen Nagy going to win game number 2 here over Stephen Borakove. As a red-black hollow one and blue-white spirits, they're all tied up. So now we get to actually see spirits on the play in this matchup, and I'm curious to see how that will go and if anything will change.
Well, a deck with Rattle Change and Spell Queller and cards like that is going to play a lot better on the play than on the draw.
Totally agree. Totally agree. And Drog Skull Captain, too.
Yeah.
Where your goal is to assemble.
No, yeah, all that stuff.
So we'll see if that does come up here in game number 3. In the meantime, we are going to hear from our friends from Ultimate Guard and then prepare to watch this 3rd and final one in round number 14. Go.StarCityGames.com/UltimateGuard to pick up all your premium protection products from Ultimate Guard today. So get ready here for game number 3 between Stephen Nagy and Stephen Borakove. Red, Black, Hollow 1, Blue, White Spirits. This is a win and in right now, even though it's round number 14. Whoever wins this match, lock it up, lock it in. They'll be able to draw next round.
And the loser should get another crack at it next round.
Absolutely. Can join Annalise Faustino in the elimination rounds later this evening. Don't forget that you can decide the quarterfinals later this evening, which is always fun. I know you love that feature.
I do.
A little Twitch chat. You can decide the quarterfinals, custom emoticons and badges. Only $4.99 a month, of course, at Amazon Prime subscription program, too, with Twitch. They've linked up and have done a pretty nice job. Twitch.tv/SCG Tour. You can join the feature match area. I want to thank everybody for watching at home. Members of the...
Commentariat.
Yes. Or sometimes the Jackals.
Jackals.
Yes. Like that, too.
The barn.
The barn. Can we make shirts that just say, I'm a member of the barn?
Yeah.
That's nice. I like that. The barn is nice.
Yeah.
Start cranking out that apparel.
That would be. I would love to work with you on that.
Yeah.
This might be where our branding interests overlap.
Yeah,
a little bit.
this is where our paths are just right on course. It would be an honor and a privilege to work on the barn shirts with you.
Yeah.
Mausoleum Wanderer off of Seachrome Coast is where Stephen Borakove will start. We're going to go back over to Stephen Nagy.
Just a graphic tee of a pig rolling around in slop.
or curse words.
Just cursing.
Yeah.
Cursing at the store.
There you go. See, there's a lot of overlap here. This could be easy. This would be a great project for us to work on.
I would be honored.
Yep.
Mausoleum Wanderer, nice against Settle the Wreckage.
It's nice. It's nice against a lot. It really is. This Blue White Spirits deck, it does feel relatively underpowered. Same with Band Spirits, too.
You don't have to do it with the relatively
Okay.
qualifier.
Okay, well, I apologize. But it continues to string together wins. 11 wins is a lot. Let's see what we have here. Supreme Phantom in.
All right, well, this is a pretty straightforward situation. If Nagy has Bolt or Push, the game's over. And if he doesn't, then Borakov's got a really commanding presence, and maybe we can end this game before Nagy gets much of a shop set up.
Well, here's a Faithless Suiting. Counter it. Mausoleum Wanderer. Wow.
Oh, my goodness. And I love cashing in there with the Mausoleum Wanderer because it's so bad against Lavamancer. Cash in for any card you can.
Burning Inquiry the draw. Oh yeah, let's roll the dice. Come on, Steve. Spell Queller in hand though. Nagy's got some things to consider here. Just going to pass the turn back. Settle the Wreckage, the draw. Here's an attack for 1. The nice thing, I guess, if you're Nagy is you're getting hit for 1. It's not really all that much. There's a Bolt. Rattle him. Ain't going to work. All right, time for Nagy to untap and draw.
Now, the Lavamancer on the table can, of course, kill the Rattle Chains, but now you have to worry about other spirits getting played at instant speed.
Mm-hmm. It's not that easy.
If you get tagged by the Supreme Wanderer, that's just game. But you're not beating that card, I think, in this spot anyway.
I think you're right. Inquiry. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Yeah. Yeah.
Borakove's hand is so bad right now that this is an upgrade, and it gives him draws now to the Supreme Wanderer, which is game.
To what card?
The Supreme Phantom.
There we go.
The Phantom. His hand was something like Land, Settle the Wreckage, X.
And Spell Queller that he can't cast. Flame Like Phoenix, Goblin Lore, Flame Like Phoenix gone. Settle the Wreckage, Spell Queller, looks like a Flooded Strand gone. All right, let's see what Steve picked up, because at the very least he gets to play a free hollow one. I don't know if he found a land.
I don't believe he did.
Wow. Well, free hollow one.
Signed up for the 3 p.m. Legacy Challenge. Your first draw pairings are being posted after the gathering point on pink paper. Please make your way to your
Ooh,
seats.
I kind of like an attack. No, I don't. No, I don't. No, I don't. I don't like it anymore.
Did you want me to hop in there and get
No. The Rattle Chains is a 3-2. I don't like that attack anymore. I stopped myself. At least I tried to stop myself. Another Rattle Change. 3-6-7. It's a pretty good battlefield.
Yep.
Path to Exile, the draw, not a bad draw. Steven Borakove might be headed to the top 8, folks. That's a pretty confident and healthy attack. If you're a fan of Blue White Spirits, I hope you're paying attention. There's a Seachrome Coast. That is a Thalia Guardian of Thraben. Draw step. Well, there's a second land. Took a long time. There's a swamp.
Well, at this point now, Nagy has the ability to Lavamancer away. I guess he has to Lavamancer away the Thalia to be able to push something.
Mm-hmm.
And if that is the case, then he can't stop everything in the air.
So he
would be taking 4 points.
go to 1.
Yes.
So you Lavamancer away the Thalia. You push the Phantom.
Yeah, you push whichever.
And you still get to play.
I mean, falling to 1 is really rough when your deck is a lot of fetch lands and street wraiths and so forth.
And blood crypts.
Blood crypts, yeah, but he would be able to play on for that spot.
Well, you got to start somewhere. He's got to start. Whoop. He was thinking about starting there, killing the Thalia. Slowed down a little bit. All right. Kill your Thalia. Push you around. Well, I will. You like Matchbox 20?
I don't.
Yeah, I figured. It's okay. Here's an attack for 4. Borakove will draw. Well, that's going to do it. Droxcall Captain, welcome to the top 8, Stephen Borakove, as he's going to win this game and match over Stephen Nagy. 2-1. Blue White Spirits will take care of Red Black Hollow One, and for our Blue White Spirits player, welcome to those elimination rounds. Going to be joining Annalise Faustino and Mono Green Tron a little later.